Very unhuman, and me in the background, okay. Hey everybody, SkyDieRay here, welcome to another DnDMemes. Sorry if this one is late, I got low initiative and failed 3 deck saves and the con save on my way to recording. That sounds like it went really bad. I mean, it went really bad. Anyway, how are you guys doing? Welcome to another DnDMemes video. Hoping a wonderful day today. Before jumping into it, I wanna quickly kindly ask if you wanna take a moment to smash the like button. Helps out and I appreciate it, so thanks so much for taking a moment to do that. And yeah, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. They might have some good loot behind the counter. Me and my friends playing D&D at a game store, taking turns attacking a shopkeep NPC for relatively no reason, and then the game store employee standing at the register nearby. Necromancer. And here's a Primrose. Poor girl. She just turned 10. Don't you wanna tell her happy birthday? I raised dead children to hunt down their killer with short bows and daggers. Dude, what the f? I swear, I DM'd 3 years now, and yet I still need to look this up when relevant. You, higher player, explain to me jumping rules. I can't believe people actually hate that book. Before Tasha's. Don't play ranger, just play a fighter with a bow, it's way better. After Tasha's. Why play fighter? Seriously, just play a ranger with a sword. Don't think we can bull way out of this one, boss. Artificers, upon encountering an anti-magic field and seeing their quote-unquote science stop working. Confused screaming. Wise quote-unquote warriors. The Barbarian. Unarmored defense uses constitution, fights like a wild brute, but is wise enough to use a shield with unarmored defense. The Monk. Unarmored defense uses wisdom, he's trained to be a wise warrior, but stupid bravado stops them from using a shield with unarmored defense. Did one of this to one of my groups recently, because I had nothing relevant prepared. Are your players not role-playing? Try this tried and true tropes for forced togetherness and character growth. The Gilligan episode. Through magical contrivance, swap all of the players as bodies. The Bottle episode. Trap your players in an enclosed space for the entire session. Don't forget to hit them up with a minor boss at the end. Rule 63. Nothing is more enlightening than gender swaps. Remember that player choice and natural expression are myths created by the streamer community to undermine real DMs. The only good role-playing is players feeling the role that you've selected for them. Inspired by recent discussions with a friend DM about some players' reactions. A player kills my big bad evil guy with supercharged crit smite and no one bats an eye, but when a PC dies to 3 unlucky crits in a row, suddenly everyone loses their minds. A constant internal conflict for me. Digital tools were great if not better than pen and paper and physical dice, but the dice go clickety-clackety and props are cool. I mean, you can also just use the best of both worlds, right? You can roll physical dice or use minis as well if you want, but then have everything else digital. Which would you consider better? Enough Marshall versus caster debating. Now is the time to settle a real adventurer's conflict. Which side are you on? Melee attack superiority with Great Weapon Master, dueling, Great Weapon Fighting, inflict wounds and prone, or ranged attack superiority with archery, sharpshooter, guiding bolt and difficult terrain. Maybe I just have to get used to it? D&D 5th edition refugees looking at the Pathfinder 2nd edition with materials, marshals, backgrounds, feats, action, psionics and economy, but then druids, wizards and clerics and tieflings hidden behind his back. The obvious answer is game design, but what about the lore answer? It's time for you to look inward and start asking yourself the big questions. What stops mending from working in living tissue like wounds? I've seen many homebrewers, and they all said the same thing, but they couldn't escape fate. D&D players about to post their homebrew rulings, and then Pathfinder players ready to cite the page number that it's on in Pathfinder. Alright. They had to physically restrain the bard from bathing in it. Me, first time DM, creating a small dungeon for the first session. They search every decorative quote-unquote barrel that I placed to give the rogue cover. They get a natural 20 and now own a full barrel of wine in some 200-year-old catacombs. They actually divide it into smaller barrels and carry it into town. To be honest, I'm more curious why the bard wanted to bath in that, but okay, maybe I don't want to know the answer to that question actually. They don't tell you this, but you can just ask a god for help at any time. You don't even need to be a cleric. Rolling athletics to climb a wall, rolling acrobatics to climb a wall. Then rolling religion to climb a wall, yeah, that's an option. I barely even knew about the book. Things that nobody uses. Standalone GPS devices, CDs, and Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide. One of the good things from the last time that this happened, and suddenly As variants became their own systems and homebrewers found editors, we were once again at the beginning of a new era of tabletop RPGs. Pricing for equipment is weird sometimes. Which costs more? Second strongest base heavy armor in the game, or one zoomy boy? Jesus Christ, okay, the difference is more than I thought. So that armor costs 200 by default, and then the spyglass is 1000, Jesus Christ. And the best armor would be 1500, so it's not even that much more than the spyglass. Soggy pillow is super uncomfortable. It's time for you to look inward and begin asking yourself the big questions. How does your character keep their pillow dry while camping? I mean, maybe start tracking encumbrance and, you know, arrows and stuff before worrying about the pillow being dry. To be fair, there's probably way too many GMs already. The Pathfinder Humble Bundle is for 2nd edition. It's good news, but then the GM guide is only in the most expensive bundle. And where did that bring you? Back to me. My wife struggling to decide who her character should romance between a handsome wizard NPC and a sexy changeling NPC, but then both roads lead to me, the DM. Using athletics to study for a math exam is raw? r/DnDMemes when someone jokes about using religion to climb a wall. But meanwhile, in the official Strixhaven adventure module, they can use any ability and skill they wish when making this check. That's during the studying phase. Okay, interesting. Oh wow, and they actually give examples below that of how they're doing it. I can't help it. Variant human and me in the background, okay. They're big flying predators. Dragons should have round pupils like hawks. Is there anything worse than a Lego for stepping on in the middle of the night? Yeah, a D4, Jesus, especially if it's metal. What part of D&D or other TTRPGs do you not understand? I'm the dumbest man alive. It's called DnDMemes Top Posting Pathfinder memes. You're clearly dumber. Hint, it's not the I take the attack action class. It doesn't matter that casters are so much better than marshals, because D&D is a team game. And which classes help the team most? No, you're not allowed to ask that, okay? Fun fact, Pact of the Blade doesn't say that you can't bond to an improvised magic weapon. The Blade Lock walks up to the big bad evil guy. Panic, he dismisses his pact weapon. Calm, you let him use a bag of holding as his pact weapon. Panic overload. Why not? Persuasion attempts should be contested charisma rolls. Of course I know him, he's me. My wife's elf ranger and multiple NPCs flirting with my wife's ranger. Me, the DM, just wanting to flirt with my wife more. Okay, why is this a recurring theme this week for some reason? This is already the second one in this episode. I'm gonna assume that one of them inspired the other. Why though? It's time for you to look inward and begin asking yourself the big questions. Why are flesh golems constructs and not undead? That is a good question. I mean, there might be an explanation for it in the rulebooks, maybe? But yeah, kinda doesn't make sense if you think about it. It's good, just very situational. Poison in role-playing games. You see, Your Majesty, you have been poisoned. No one will hear you scream as you choke to death. Poison in combat games. No, everything is immune. Shut up and eat this lightning damage. The villain halfway through their monologue. My PC already done with their So anyway, I started blasting. This is for Thunderous Cabin Boy, you criminal scum. A friendly barkeeper just chilling, and then some gangsters burning down his tavern. And the same gang 20 or so sessions later, and our party blowing up their casino. Sweet revenge, nice. He got what he wanted, but was it worth it? I've completed my optimized speed build, and my character can move at over 28,000 miles an hour. That means that I'm now completely untargetable by all spells. Jesse, what are you talking about? Well, a requirement of all spells is that you can see the target. And I'm moving so damn fast that the only thing they might be able to see, quote unquote, is a blur as my character whizzes around them at 37 times the speed of sound. Yeah, I'm ruling that your character bursts into flames due to air friction. Can we agree that both are fun? People discussing D&D versus Pathfinder, and then me, who plays a D&D table and DM a Pathfinder table. Both is good. Yes, you're very good at fighting. This is, however, a role-playing game. Barbarian players, when you tell them that a challenge involves anything other than combat and that the King's Palace has a no shirt, no shoes, no service policy. Not even I know what's going to happen when they drop this thing. DM. So, what are you going to do to distract the giants? The party. we're going to mix together a barrel of sleep poison, magic mushrooms, that homebrew wild magic surge liquor, and some cursed snake venom. Then, the artificer is going to combine that with a barrel of alchemist fire to create a bomb that will turn the mixture into gas. Then, the druid will drop it onto on the giants' camp. Oh no. Yeah, no, I don't know, just make up some big number for rolling the dice for damage. Our DM didn't quite realize it tonight, but he's close. Wait, the campaign was a kids show? Always has been. Long before time had a name, DM. So one Genasi of each type, an Aasimar and a Warforged? Players. Yup. And you're all Ascendant Dragon Monks? And we're each restricting ourselves to one damage type. Wait a second. And we all attack by spinning. God damn it. I think I'm not zoomer enough to understand this one. Halfling concept explained in the comments. My hit-based barbarian and my tanky dex-based halfling barbarian. Every PC that I've seen is usually depicted as almost perfect, except for some monster races. It's time for you to look inward and begin asking yourself the big questions. Have you ever played a non-attractive PC? Not gonna lie, I'm actually digging Monk's glow up in 2nd edition. D&D 5th edition. Exploitingly mystical, high dex and wisdom, low strength and overshadowed by people who can bloat. Monks in Pathfinder 2nd edition. Can ignore wisdom and mysticism and be pure martial arts. High strength, dexterity and constitution, and a strong part of every team. And then in D&D 3.5 and Pathfinder 1st edition. Yeah, just straight up sucks. Yeah, that's why we don't talk about those, I guess. I'm not the best at writing a coherent story, but I'm trying. Pitching a new campaign to my players be like, I started making it, and I had a breakdown. Bon appetit. Will she die? Will she turn evil? Will she go through a midlife crisis? All we know is that something is about to happen to her. Mistra, hearing that 1D&D will have a new magic system. I'm in danger. I need a class ability to tank. Trying to play a tank in a TTRPG without a way to draw aggro and then complaining online about it. Playing a barbarian to have effectively double health to tank. Picking heavy armor master to grant yourself additional damage negation. And the biggest brain of them all, picking a Rakokra as your race, so the DM has every enemy target you when you try to fly, thus keeping your friends safe. And so then combining all of them for the the best possible option, like a barbarian or a Rakokra with heavy armor master. Rogues wear leather armor because it's made of hide. I got a natural 20. Well, you're first in initiative. Rogues be like, alright. Desperate times require desperate measures. When your group has been on hiatus for months. If you don't play D&D with me, I'll start screaming and crying until the neighbors make a noise complaint. Greatsword superiority. There may be a day when I don't take a greatsword with a martial character, but it is not this day. Oh, cool. Is that how the science works? Well, unfortunately that's not how it works in the rulebook. Artificer players, when you tell them that game mechanics trump real-world physics, and they can't make an actual nuke anyways, because nobody in the world knows WTF uranium even is. Alright, on that note, this can be it for today's video, so thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like if you didn't, subscribe more if you haven't already. Also, thank you to everyone supporting the channel on Patreon, as well as on YouTube, I appreciate lots of thanks so much for those. Links below if you want to check them out, as well as links to the subreddit, Discord and everything else. And yeah, that's it, thanks again for watching, I'll see you next time, have a great day, bye!